Today, we're dipping stuff in paint.
Some assembly required.
Hello! I don't know if you saw the last video, but it ended up with us having a whole bunch of paint left over. The video was paint-dipped plaster planters, which is hard to say. So we dipped them in the paint, but then we had so much paint left over. The video is up here. Check it out. And here's what they look like. They're awesome. Anyway, so we ended up with a whole bunch of paint left over. And if you watch the video, you will know that I was like, what are we gonna do with the paint? Because that's how I am. And we decided that we would scrounge around the house and look for things to dip. And also, I made some coasters. I started them out exactly the same way as another video that we made when we made the coiled rope baskets. So this is kind of a fun thing that you can take anywhere. Like, it's a pretty portable craft. All you need is rope and some string. I believe waxed string works the best, and a needle. You just kind of coil them around and sew them together, and then you end up with some lovely coasters. And of course, if you wanted to make a basket, you just give it edges. But I stopped at coaster size. I even measured it with our glassware so that I know that it's the right size. And so, without further ado, let me introduce you to coaster 1, 2, and 3. If you know us at all, you'll know that these are far too bland and they need some color. So I was thinking that we could dip these in the paint and see what that looks like. That didn't seem like enough, so we searched around for some more things to dip. We thought it might be interesting to see
You could dip macrame.
what macrame would look like. Yeah, like if it was just dipped in
Paint.
this paint. In case you missed the video and you haven't gone back to watch it yet, the paint is just acrylic paint mixed with water. I would say it's a ratio of like 4 water to 1 paint. So basically it's just wet paint. We didn't have 100% great luck dipping our plaster. I think that maybe our plaster was wet, or it was just angry, or the paint just didn't really want to stick to the plaster. So we were thinking that maybe these other things might work better. It's just acrylic paint, it's not fancy. We also found a rock. Some little wood figures. I thought that might be kind of a cool look if they're just sort of asymmetrically dipped in some paint. Some Magnum bar sticks that some of us have been saving all summer.
I don't know, I thought I could make something with them.
You totally can. And
Some beads.
some, oh yeah, wooden beads. They might be cool. There is only one way to find out. We are going to get our little mess mat and get started.
Ew.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
Or really gross. Maybe both. We have the same little containers that our paint was in.
It's so
We're
swirly.
just trying to bring our solution back together.
'Cause it
They've
has
definitely
separated.
separated. And I also brought down some water in case we need to add some. So, I don't know, that's not bad. It's not thin, and I don't know if it should be. Let's add a little bit of water. We are thinking that we'll dip the rock first, just because we don't really care how it comes out. It's sort of our sacrificial rock. We'll just see.
So this rock already is kind of yellow, so why not make it yellow? Your wish is granted, rock.
Finally.
Interesting.
Interesting. Not too thick, anyway. So, little rock, it's time for you to go to the drying zone.
The drying zone.
Am I gonna be able to do it without dripping on me? I don't know.
Ah!
Yes.
Yep.
I will let that guy dry on a piece of parchment paper so that it doesn't stick. Everything else I'm going to try to clip and just hang to dry. Okay, what color should the macrame be? One color? Two colors?
I have an idea. We can dip it blue and then dip the end of the little thingies purple.
Yeah. Now let's squeeze some of this out.
Should we let it dry a little bit before we dip the purple? Or should we just...
We probably should. I'm not going to. Let's see if we can dip just a straight line of purple at the bottom. Dip, dip, dip.
Ooh, that's cool.
It is kind of cool. I don't know if it's just all going to stick together.
Probably.
Probably. I'll separate it out a little bit, at least so you can see it. Now, I will try to hang this. Now it is coaster time. I'm thinking of trying to cover this part because it's not my favorite. I'm thinking we'll do a dip into the blue, shake it off a little bit, and then twist it, like turn it a little, and then dip it into the purple, so it'll be kind of a double dipped, layered kind of look. I have no idea what it's going to look like. Let's find out. I like it so far. That's cool. I like you can still see the texture a little bit.
And you can still see the whites.
Yeah.
Like the things.
And then...
Not perfectly to the side. Yeah, not perfectly to the side.
Oh yeah, no, not like, yeah, not exactly.
That would look weird.
That's kind of neat. Maybe it should be higher.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'll hang this and you may start to dip.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, these turned out really cool. These are going to be cool coasters. Okay, so what's next?
Great. Let's dip the figures.
Yeah. So I was thinking that the baby, or the child, could be yellow.
Okay.
The dad could be blue, and the mom could be purple.
Cool.
Hold your breath. Do you like it, or should I dip it a little deeper?
I think that's cool. I think it looks cool with a lot of the natural wood showing, which is why so many things we're dipping are sort of natural colored. Okay, sit properly.
No!
Ah! Don't want to. Yeah, I don't trust that. He's got something to actually sit on. She's got tiny feet.
Now for baby. I'm gonna be yellow. Hold your breath.
Alright, and you can sit with your people here. What's next? For the popsicle sticks, we're thinking that we'll try sort of an ombre gradient kind of thing. So we'll dip them a little bit further, let them drip off a little, and then dip them maybe not quite so far. So there'll be a kind of purple and then a really purple and then natural at the top. This is what I tried to do for the planter, but I did not find that it worked for me. So let's try it again and see if it works on wood. Okay, so now they are moderately purple. Should we dip them all together? Like at the bottom?
Okay. Yeah, that's probably gonna turn out cool.
Cool. So we'll drip them and hang them up. Finally, we don't have anything else up our sleeves, do we?
I don't think so.
We are going to dip our little beads. So what I have done is take a little bit of wire and just sort of made a little hook shape. We'll dip them in and then hook them over the drying rack. Let them drip. And then that's it. We were a little bit worried that the paint will fill the holes, but I think that it won't. Okay, so we are going to let these dry and come back when they're dry. I don't know how long that will be. I was totally wrong before, but I don't think that it should take very long. We'll see. I don't think it will take long, but we're gonna go off for a bike ride anyway. Plenty of time. And then we'll be back to see how everything went. We thought of one more thing. This is actually a really old IKEA frame, but I'm pretty sure they still sell the same kind of thing. And we were thinking of dripping somehow some paint or pouring some paint over it. And so we're going to do it.
All right, now for purple.
What happens if we do it like this? Not the brightest colors, but that's okay. We'll leave it like this, which I'm sorry that you can't really see that well, but I don't want to
Tilt it.
I don't want everything to spread everywhere. Okay, so we'll find somewhere for this guy to sit, and we'll see what it looks like when it's dried. We are back and ready to see what we got. Starting from what I believe is probably the least impressive.
The rock.
To be fair, it was just a test anyway. It's a rock dipped in yellow.
Yeah.
The macrame is okay. Not a lot of color differentiation between these two. They kind of mixed a little. It's fine.
The frame, I think, is pretty cool.
The frame is pretty cool. I would probably paint over it with some kind of a gloss just to make it...
Yeah. Shiny.
Next we have our popsicle. The popsicle sticks. They are subtle. The gradient situation really didn't work. I think it's just not possible, or you need to totally let it dry and then dip it again.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of patience, but you might. Our beads. They're gonna roll everywhere, aren't they? Yes! Ah! Come back! You'll have to take our word for it. Yeah, the yellow ones are nice and bright. The purple ones have a fair amount of contrast. The blue ones are subtle. Pretty cool. We'll put these together. Second to last, we have our coasters. Haha! Also subtle. The colors mixed a little bit because we didn't wait for them to dry.
But that's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. It's not exactly what I was looking for, but it's not unattractive. Not bright, but... but they're neat. And finally, our tiny little peg family.
I think these turned out pretty cool.
I agree. They are pretty neat. They kind of go together. They look really neat. So dipping stuff in paint turned out to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't entirely successful all the time, but I think that we ended up with some cool things. So I recommend trying it. Maybe try brighter colors if that's your aesthetic.
Or less watery.
Or less watery. It would be a different look depending on how much... Depending on how much color you add and what brightness and how much water. I would experiment, obviously, because that's what we like to do. Fun and fairly successful, so I would say it's a win. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you like this kind of video, you probably ought to be subscribed. You can do that right underneath the video. It's super easy. And then click on the notification bell so that you can be informed when new videos come out. They come out on Tuesdays.
And Saturdays.
And they are unique and intriguing. Until the next video, be awesome, and we will see you then.